Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be talking about something special. I've been teasing this for a little while on stream at least, but it is official. I'm doing an invitational event for Biome Battle. That is right. There's an invitational, Wolfeei Invitational for Biome Battle happening very soon, this weekend, March 16th, that is Sunday, at 7 p.m. GMT. Please keep in mind, time zone differences, daylight saving time is a thing for those of you who are US based, so make sure that if you want to watch this event, you keep that in mind. It'll be an hour later if you're US based. However, Biome Battle Wolfeei Invitational, you're probably wondering, what? 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 Huh? So let me explain. First of all, thank you, BitSquid and the Biome Battle team for letting me, make this happen. I think it's cool. The intention behind this was for me to introduce the event to some people that I think would really enjoy it, and I think it's hopefully a win-win for both the people that are playing and then for Biome Battle to get, a bit more attention, hopefully. That's the goal. I think so far with team announcements, that has been proven to be mostly correct, but we'll see. So yeah, main thing also is probably, you're probably wondering, how did this happen? Where did the idea come from? When did this happen? I asked BitSquid about this in December, so it's been about 3 months since the initial plans for this started, and only recently was it able to be confirmed. And yeah, so this is not inspired by the Bob Blue event or anything like that. This was already established a little bit ago, a few months ago. Also, if you're curious about how the event's going to work, the gameplay is going to be the same as Biome Battle 4. So if you want to be up to date on what the experience is going to be like, and if you want to, help your streamers that are playing in this event during the event, watch a Biome Battle VOD, could be mine, could be anyone else's, to stay up to date with what gameplay is going to be in. This also applies to any of the people that are playing. Check out a Biome Battle VOD. You will literally see pretty much all the gameplay in preparation for what's coming along this weekend. Anyways, let's get into the teams, because they've all been announced. We announced the event, and then, within the hour after, all the teams were going to get out, so pretty exciting. Starting off with Red, which consists of me, Wolfeei, Kyle, and Poundy. Fun little, guy team. It's just a bunch of dudes. It's another dude team. If you watch this VOD, you'll know that this was dubbed the Dude Team. This is Dude Team 2. Also got a presidential duo of Kyle F and Poundy, of course. But yeah, it should be a fun team. I don't think I've teamed with Wolfeei in events before. Maybe I have, but definitely teamed with Kyle in a Biome Battle and also in PB. And I teamed with Poundy in Block Wars. So should be fun to have all of us come together again. Fairly sure that we're going to be doing a shared chat for this. So for those of you who watch the streams a lot, you'll probably be excited to hear that. I know some of the people asked about it, and I forwarded the question to the team, and I'm fairly sure that we are all interested in doing that. So expect shared chat experience from my team. Hell yeah. Anyways, moving along, you got the Orange team, which has 3 newcomers. You'll see this a little bit more in this whole team set, is a bunch of newcomers being added into the mix for this event, because I think it's interesting to, first of all, get a bunch of new, fresh faces for Biome Battle, but also to have a lot of people have their first experience in kind of a custom environment, in an environment that is one where you're going to be familiar with most of the people that are in it. Regardless, this team consists of Feinberg, Misty, Wilbert, and No Name. Should be a fun squad. I don't think, besides Fine and Misty, I don't think anyone here has teamed together. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I think Wilbert and No Name did in most recent Origins, but I think there's a couple of original crossovers on this team, which is pretty interesting. Regardless, moving along. Yellow team, which consists of Shane, 5UP, Haley, and Cyan. This is kind of a Mafia team. Not kind of, this is a Mafia team. For the majority of you guys, that will not really mean anything. Mafia is a deception game, similar to the Among Us type of game modes, but without the tasks. And everyone here plays that regularly, so a fun squad of people that are very familiar with each other. Should be a fun one to see in this event. So yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. Moving along though, we got a green team, which consists of Booster, Andres, Hannah, and Darapchu. This is a color crew duo plus a lifesteal duo. I expect this to be, top 2 loudest teams in the event, or more so some of the most chaotic ones that you'll see in this event, and I think that's great. I think that's really fun. I always like having more funny teams make an appearance in the event, and I think the combo that we have going on here is bound to be quite the experience, you could say. So it'll be interesting. Also, balancing wise, something that's interesting about the roster, I guess we'll talk about what we've seen so far, but there's no like Biome Battle S tiers, I think, in this roster. Maybe one, but I think there's like none. For those of you who are not aware, Biome Battle scoring is a little bit different. It's very unique in a sense of like some of the things that you have to do to get points are not what you would expect, and that means that we're going to see some interesting results on the individual leaderboard. A lot of people will consider the individual board cosmetic, which I think is fair, but I think with the teams we have here, I think we're going to see some pretty even spreads, because I think, for example, this green team is pretty well-rounded, my team is pretty well-rounded, and I think like a yellow team could be pretty well-rounded as well. I think orange team could also be pretty well-rounded. I think generally speaking, they're pretty well-rounded teams. There's no team that has one good player and everyone else is not good. Like there's at least two solid players per team, and I think that's interesting. Next up though is Cyan team, which is probably the most Pals-esque team here in terms of like origins, people that you would consider from Pals or whatever. Regardless, also, Narwhal, Lan, and Mystic are also a Sinners trio, for those of you who are familiar with that. That is a friend group as well. And they're paired up with Charlie, which I think will be fun. Charlie just came off of a surprise sub-in winning, despite disadvantageous finale event, which means he's on a high, all right? He's on a high for Biome Battle. I think he'll be able to bring this team together. Also, I think this team is just fun. It's like good vibes. If you want a team that's a bit more silly and a bit more vibey, this is a good one for you. Anyways, moving along, you got Team Crash Out, which consists of Ant, Stu, Swifties, and Anthos. This team, if there's no Crash Out during the event on this team, I will be super surprised, like genuinely. Ant and Stu, as a duo regardless, is already Crash Out Central. Swifties paired up with either Ant or Stu is already Crash Out, and then throw Anthos in there. Perfect. It's just like this team is gonna be like vibes in a like trolley type of way. I think it'll be funny. So another POV that's maybe appealing to you. And then next up, you got the purple team. You got Purpled, Ogar, Yon, and Space. I think this will be a nice squad as well. Purple and Ogar duo back at it again. I think cohesively this team will work pretty nicely. I think everyone here is just a vibey, slightly trolly type of player, maybe, especially Purpled, especially after the Bablu event where he said he wished for the Sandwich Lord appearance during Beep Test in quite the interesting way. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but you can find it. Anyways, finally, you have the pink team, consisting of Toph, Evbo, Lagundo, and Seawat. Evbo and Seawat have been making an appearance, obviously, in Block Wars a few times recently, and I think, honestly, they're gonna be in more events. I honestly think even like whenever PB comes back, I think they could join a PB. MCC is a little bit more difficult to call because MCC invites are a little trickier, but I could see Fbo and Seawat making an appearance in a lot more Minecraft events if the opportunity arises, of course. And then Toph, who was in or is in PvP Civilization, is a fun person to pair up with Fbo and Seawat. And then Lagundo is classic in Minecraft events, teaming with Fbo and Seawat multiple times already, which is great. I think it's fun. So that's the teams. They're all pretty cohesive teams. I think balancing wise, we'll see which ones are the better ones and which ones are not. I think they're pretty well balanced, but obviously I'm going to be biased. And also, I will admit my expertise in team balancing isn't the best for what's it called, Biome Battle, because I barely understand how the event works in terms of points. But I think roughly speaking, this should be fair. Roughly, I think generally speaking, it should be okay. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what your favorite team is for this event. Let me know your thoughts on the Invitational event, Biome Battle Wolfeei Invitational, which is PALs plus others. Essentially, is the core of this event. Let me know your thoughts on this type of event. I think crossover or invitational types of events are fun. I think if they're done irregularly, That's not what I wanted to say. If they're done infrequently, I think they'll be nice. I think they'll remain special. But we will see. We will see how often these types of events will happen. Anyways, again, thank you, BitSquid and the Biome Battle team for letting me make this happen. And shout outs to everyone who said yes to play, of course. You know, inviting people to an event can be difficult. So it's fun that everyone was pretty open to playing, which is great. Also good for Biome Battle, of course. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.